So that's letting people know bad things can happen.
Yes.
And you get through them.
It's all going to work out.
It'll all work out in the
okay.
end. Okay, so this is the Film Garage 208 podcast. My name is Sarah, and this is Daniel.
Hello.
Hello. Today we have with us Paisley.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So you're polished by Pais.
Yes.
Cool.
So I guess that kind of gives us a little bit of insight
Yes.
on what you are. So what are you?
Maybe
what
you
do
could polish cars.
I know. It's a little bit of insight.
I know. It's true.
Surprise. What is it? What do you do?
So I'm a full-time nail tech. I do nails full-time. No cars.
No car
Not
detailing.
yet. Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Car detailing and nails.
Yes.
So you mentioned that you're in Utah, but you're in Idaho. What's your background? How did you get started in this?
Okay, so I grew up in Utah, born and raised.
Oh.
Yeah, not from Idaho.
Oh, I didn't realize you weren't from Idaho.
Yeah,
okay.
not from Idaho. Me and my family moved up here when I was in 7th grade. So how old would I have been? 13? I think 13, 14.
I'm always so bad with those ages.
I know. I'm like,
Honestly,
I don't remember how old I was.
That sounds right.
Yeah. 13.
12 or 13.
Go with that.
Yeah. Moved here.
Okay.
Went to middle school and high school here. Graduated. Moved back down to Utah. And yeah,
Did your family stay here? You just went on your own to Utah?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm the oldest. And I just kind of knew, like, I love it here. Don't get me wrong. But I just kind of knew, I'm like, I want to end up back in Utah. That's just kind of what I'm familiar with, where I want to be. And so, yeah, right after graduation.
Were you in bigger city Utah than here? Like, what was is it
so
different?
I grew up in Heber. Is
that another small town?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
It's south of Park City. It's like a
Okay.
little small town kind of tucked away in the mountains.
Okay.
Super cute. It's
Really
growing
cold.
a ton. Very cold.
Okay.
Yes,
Getting
very cold.
touristy then?
Getting
like a little?
very touristy. Yeah.
So is Idaho Falls like big compared to that town?
Oh yeah.
Really?
When I moved here, I was like, I'm in the city.
No
There's
way.
a Target. There's a mall. City girl. Yeah. But then I moved back down there. I'm like, okay, Idaho Falls is tiny.
Yeah. Did
But
you,
yeah.
So
did
it's
you
grown
move back
so much.
to where you were?
No, so I'm in Provo now. I'm kind
Okay.
of more like in the college scene, south of Salt Lake.
That
more,
makes
more
more
of a city
sense.
girl now.
Yes,
Yeah.
more of a city girl. Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
Definitely more city for real then.
Yeah.
If it's kind
Yes.
of Salt Lake City vibes.
For sure. Yeah.
Well,
So,
that's great. So you
yeah.
graduated high school?
yes, 2023.
Okay.
I'm 19.
Oh my goodness.
20 in like a week and a half.
Oh,
So
when's your birthday?
April 30th.
Oh my gosh, we are one day
Yes.
apart.
Oh,
I'm
really?
May 1st.
No way.
Yeah.
It's the best time of year to have a birthday.
It is.
I
It's a
love
solid
it.
time.
Yes.
Okay.
The best.
So if anyone wants to buy them gifts, you
Yes,
know, you know when.
eventually.
To whoever's watching.
I think that's
Yes.
why they're saying this.
Birthday presents.
Birthdays, yes.
So how long have you had this business?
Yeah.
So I started in high school, but I wasn't technically licensed till I graduated.
Okay.
But yeah, it all kind of happened in high school.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
What sparked the interest? Like you were just doing it at home or?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So growing up, I never even had interest in doing nails. In fact, I didn't even think that was even a job or like a possibility. I've always been super creative, love to draw. I was always a kid in the restaurant drawing on the napkin. I always had a sketch pad with me. Yeah, that's always just been my thing. I started a YouTube channel when I was like 9, and
yeah?
I would draw Disney characters. I would
love
do like
that.
step-by-step tutorials. Still up to this day, me and my friends joke about it, but
You're not doing that anymore?
no.
I feel like that would be great. Like that
I
could be a
know.
TikTok channel
I know.
right now.
I know. Yeah.
Missed
I mean,
opportunity.
I've kind of taken it into like my own, like now I do like nail tutorials online.
Okay.
So yeah, in a way I've kind of like made it more my own.
It's evolved.
Kind of like, yeah, it's evolved. Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, so I've always loved to be creative. But my mom's she does hair. She's a cosmetologist. So I think that kind of like sparked my interest in doing something in the beauty industry, but
Sure.
I never like really wanted to do hair. That was never like an interest for me. But yeah, as I grew up, I think I was like 13 or 14. I got really into getting my nails done. I just thought it was so fun. There was a girl here actually, and my mom would drive me to her house like every 4 or 5 weeks just to get gel nails, and I thought
Is
it was
that
the
how
best
you would
thing
do
ever.
it versus like pop into like a random salon?
Yeah.
You would have like a nail girl that you would go
we found
to.
like an independent
Okay.
nail tech here. She was based out of Shelley, and I would save up all my money that I was making from like doing chores in my job, and that's like what I'd spend my money on.
I love it.
And yeah, and then COVID hit in 2020 and everything shut down. And I was like, freak.
And you're
what?
mid school, huh?
And I'm 8th, or I was a freshman in high school.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
And you weren't
2020.
working at this point?
I think at the time I was working at Cold Stone.
Okay.
I've worked I've always had a job. Well, not always, obviously.
But that's when you were a
from the
freshman
time
in
I was
high
like
school.
15, 16. Yeah.
You're so young then. That's like
Yeah.
first job territory.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, mine was Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. I feel like everyone's first job, it's like one of those like random fast food,
Oh,
ice
mine was
cream.
Hollister.
Hollister. Hey,
when we had
retail.
Hollister at the mall.
Gotta get the discount. I've always wanted to work retail,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's so fun. But
You're not missing on much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick with your nails.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've experienced it though, because you have that customer service.
Yeah,
Like, you have to do
other
that.
Yeah, it is true.
On the daily.
It's true. Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have
Like
some
we'll
stories.
talk about that. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, everything shut down and I was like, what am I going to do? I can't get my nails done anymore. My mom was like, well, we have a gel kit. Like, let's just pull it out and you're going to have to do your own. And I was so bummed. I'm like, the fun of it is going to get it done. Like, I don't want to do my own. So we pulled out the old gel kit and I started doing my own. And I just like grew to love it. And I feel like since I already was like, so like I've always loved to draw and paint. And so it kind of just like came easy to me.
Yeah. I was going to say, were you a natural?
Yeah, I was kind of a natural at it. And I'd scroll Pinterest and see all these fun designs. And I would be like, I want to draw that on my nail. So I'd challenge myself and do it on myself. And I'd always be showing like my friends and family. And I think a lot of them were like, whoa, you're actually
that's
good
impressive.
at this. Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
can you do mine? Like,
Yeah.
and so
I'm sure there's a lot of people who think they can do nails. Good.
100%.
it's true.
I've tried myself like with gel and like down to the designs.
yeah. It's I feel like you kind of have to have a little bit of like artistic
I can
ability.
barely
It's like
paint my
I
kids'
feel like
nails.
I am artistic, which is like where I'm like I feel like I should be able to do this.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
you're
a little
working on such
paintbrush.
a
It's
tiny
hard.
canvas.
Yeah. And then I think it's with the other hand too, the dexterity.
Even
Oh my God,
to this
yeah.
day,
That's where it gets really hard.
it's so hard to this day. I have someone
Yeah.
else do my nails now because I'm like, I don't have the patience to
Right,
do my
how
other
different you
hand.
have to do the non-dominant hand.
I'm like, I could do
when
an
you're like
intricate
clipping your
design.
nail.
Yeah. But on the
Yeah.
other hand, I'm like, leaving it in plain color.
100%.
I'm like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna try.
Not
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah. But anyways,
But yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we just set up a table in my house, and then from there, I kind of just would do like friends and family for fun. Started an Instagram page.
Like regularly though, like every week, every month, or how often?
It started off just very like random. Like I just have like someone from my ward come in. I'd have someone from like a family member.
Before you took it like a business kind of serious, like you're just
Yes.
practicing.
I'm just
you're playing
practicing.
around.
It's just a hobby at this point. Yeah. And yeah, I started my Instagram, and then from there, like girls from my high school were finding my Instagram. Girls from Rigby were finding my Instagram.
So you weren't like promoting it. You're just like,
Not
let me
really.
kind of have it out there.
Yeah,
if they find it,
yeah,
they find it.
exactly.
Mhm.
Try to peek at this real quick.
Make sure it's recorded.
I had a scare from earlier when Sarah talked.
You're like,
I'm
we don't
sorry.
want
Yeah,
any
I was like,
incidents today.
Sure.
But yeah, I just kind of grew from there.
When did you
And
start
Yeah,
charging? When was that pivot point for you?
I didn't start charging for a while. It was my thing was $7 gel nails
Oh my goodness.
for
So
a long time.
Okay.
For a whole set?
For a whole set.
So
Oh
just
my
to cover
goodness.
Designs or not,
supplies.
just to cover supplies.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't really want to
Totally.
charge people until I have like that license.
Okay.
You didn't have. It was like, yeah, you weren't there yet mentally.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm not worth it.
Yeah,
yet.
I'm like,
And
I'm still.
the confidence
I'm also
wasn't-
like a child. I was like,
Yeah. You're like, I'm in high
a
school.
freshman.
But
Yeah.
you were probably doing stuff that was worth it.
Yeah.
More than $7.
And I would spend like hours like
Yeah.
trying to do a design. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I'm like $7 is $7.
Yeah.
And I love what I'm doing. So to me, it was worth it.
And
yeah.
you're practicing and doing
Exactly.
all that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it all came to happen. And then as I got closer to graduating, I was like, is this something that I should turn into like a business or a job? Because like I said, like I never really knew that like being a nail tech was even a thing. I knew there was like walk-in salons and that, but I didn't really like realize like the opportunities and like
For sure.
that job could
Yeah.
bring. And I feel like it's became a lot more common too, like recently.
100%.
It's kind of blown up
Yeah.
the past couple of years.
I feel like that was the plus side of COVID for some
Oh, for
things.
sure. Yeah.
It made a lot of these like independent jobs more like everyone just started doing it on their
Yes.
own.
I feel like it made
it's like
everyone
you can
so
do it.
much more like ambitious too.
Uh-huh.
100%.
Business owners and
Yeah.
just
Scared everyone straight a little
for
bit.
sure. Yeah.
Like,
I
oh,
need to
shit, I need a
support
If this
backup
myself
happens
plan.
right
again,
now.
yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be ready. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so, but yeah, like as I got closer to graduating, I was doing nails so much at that point, still as a side job. It was never my full-time thing until after I graduated. But
How many hours do you think you were doing a week or maybe a month?
Trying to like, by my senior year, I was probably in the salon like 3 times a week, maybe for like 2 or 3 hours.
While still doing your other job.
While still doing my other job.
Oh, right. The Cold Stone job and school.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
Yes.
For a high school.
That is. Yeah. That's a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And as I got
fun,
closer, it was really fun. And as I got closer to graduating, I was pretty much done with my credits, so I had a lot of free time anyways. So I'm like, what else am I gonna do?
So did you have long nails ever at Cold Stone? How did that work when you're like scooping ice cream?
Yeah, I actually did.
And you did it fine?
I did it fine. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
You could press the cash register buttons.
Yes,
fine? You didn't
I could
have
still
to
type fine. Yeah. Yep.
Surprisingly,
they didn't.
Hers aren't that bad.
Yeah.
We had some associates in Hawaii.
Oh my God.
The longest nails ever, where they couldn't even touch the register.
I don't know how people do it.
I hired this girl and it's her first day, and it took her so long to do her application because she couldn't press the buttons. And I was like, I think I hired the wrong girl.
You're like,
I made a mistake.
I'm second guessing my decision here. That is funny.
She's like,
yeah.
I was like, oh no.
I feel so claustrophobic when mine are too long. And I have clients and they're like double the length of mine. I'm like, how do you put your seatbelt on?
Yeah.
How do you do anything?
But you could do that if they needed it. You know how.
Yeah, it's true.
She can do it
true.
if you want that.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, you had to get certified to do this. So was that another schooling that you went to?
Yeah.
Okay.
So to be a licensed nail tech, there's two main different routes that people do. You can either go through a school, which would be kind of like a hair school, like Paul Mitchell.
Okay.
Or you can do an apprenticeship, which is what I recommend to most people who are wanting to be a nail tech. It's more it's a more modern way of school. I don't think it's been around for a long time.
But you can get certified technically that way.
You're getting the same certification. You're getting licensed through the state. You're
shadowing a
your
person,
hours.
essentially.
Yes. But to be a licensed instructor, you have to take a test through the state. So you have to be a nail tech prior, and then you take another test through the state and you get your instructor's license. And then from there, you're able to certify people in becoming a licensed nail tech.
Is that license for the actual skill of doing the nails, or just health and safety stuff, or
like the nail instructor license, or just the nail license in
the
general?
Nail license in general.
Yeah.
It just licenses you to just be able to do nails and charge people.
But what kind of stuff, I guess, do they teach you in that?
Oh, they teach you, they go over how to do nails, obviously. They're teaching you all the things. They're going over safety, sanitization.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know the word.
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness. Yeah. And just state requirements. Just,
legal things.
All the things.
So is a big part of that training the legal stuff more than the actual nail part?
Yeah, I'd say more so. I mean, you do learn so much from going through school, but a lot of it I already kind of knew beforehand because I had been doing it for years.
So how does that work with the apprenticeship? Do they have to know those things too to teach you, or do they get a guide that they go through?
Oh, well, a curriculum.
Yeah. So that's kind of the advantage of going through doing an apprenticeship rather than a school, is because they have to be a licensed nail tech beforehand. So they're more experienced kind of
is there a time frame?
The industry, whereas someone in a school, they're kind of just an instructor. They could
be outdated knowledge, possibly.
Exactly.
They haven't practiced for real in a couple years.
Yeah.
Interesting. Sure. Okay.
So that seems like the way to go.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned that you have kind of pivoted your YouTube and stuff, and that you were doing education.
Yes.
So wait, are you a certified nail tech person too, or what is
that's a
happening?
goal? Yeah, that's what I want to do further down the road. I've kind of taken it more. I wanted to do an online course.
Yeah.
Just because for me, social media has been so huge with my business that I've always loved. Like I said, I started a YouTube channel from the time I was 10. I've loved the idea of social media.
That's so great.
Loved marketing, just anything to do with that. And so more recently, because I work full time, and more recently I was like, okay, how do I use my following I don't know.
Another stream of revenue.
For another, yeah, exactly. Exactly. And how do I like use that exactly. And how do I like use that to like help others?
100%.
Because there's so many things that I wish I would have known going into nails. Like I remember I'd be doing like the most simple design, like a flower, for example. And I'd sit there for hours and I just could not get it right. And then I'd talk to a nail tech and she'd be like, oh, why are you not using this tool? Why did you not do this? And then I'd do it and it would take me like 5 seconds. I'm like, if someone would have told me this beforehand, it would have saved me so much time, given me so much more confidence. And so, yeah, I guess I just was like, how do I use my platform to create a space where others can, I guess, access tips.
Yeah, just more education.
Will help them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
particularly nail techs though.
Nail techs, but it's even
like
it's available for people who even just want to do nails at home, kind of like what I did.
Yeah.
Were you following anyone at that point who was kind of doing that?
Yeah, there's a lot of like nail techs.
So you had some inspiration.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I created a website. I have 2 I guess like courses up for purchase currently. Yeah. So I have a weekly subscription where I'm uploading numerous tutorials weekly
onto this platform.
Okay. Yeah. They have 24/7 access. I upload like little tutorials on just like nail art. I go over like the whole like process of like removing the nails, put like painting on the gel. I go over like social media tips, just all the things.
Wow.
And then I also have a PDF course that you can buy, and it just kind of goes over just some like key points that I wish I would have known going into nails.
Okay. And that's like a one-time informational.
Yes, one-time
Whereas
purchase.
The other one is like every week you're getting all this stuff.
Exactly.
Is that like was that a monthly subscription?
Yeah, so it charges you monthly, but I'm uploading new videos like weekly.
That's awesome. What are you doing for your price points?
So my subscription is $19.99 a month, and then my online PDF course is $29.99.
Nice.
So yeah.
How did you launch that? Was everyone really receptive to it?
Yeah, so I actually just launched it yesterday.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Congrats.
so
my
it's
goodness.
very new. Thank you.
Wow.
So far, so good. It's done really well. It was definitely like nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I was like,
and you designed everything?
Designed everything.
Is it like photos, videos, a bunch of content?
Yes. So I got new branding photos done. I wanted just like a clean slate, super professional looking. But yeah, launched it yesterday. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And yeah, super fun.
It's really cool to think that, like, because that's just the start now, I imagine. That now you can just keep adding to it.
For sure.
Did you have to find like a different program to do your courses through?
Yeah.
We talked to someone and they mentioned, what was it, Teachable?
Yeah, Teachable.
Teachable?
I think I've heard of that.
It was like the Basil and Bloom one. That,
he
Anyways, what do you use?
There's so many different platforms. I'm on Stanstore.
Stanstore.
Yes.
You like it?
I love it. Yeah.
Like STAND store?
STAN store.
Stanstore.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe it hasn't updated since you just started yesterday, but does it have analytics so you can see? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can access everything on my computer, and then I also have an app on my phone. So
cool.
Have all my customers, analytics, and yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Excited.
Yeah.
It's been great.
We have some questions, I guess, to ask you then, because
that's on our.
We're getting close to doing our podcast course. So
that's awesome.
We've been inspired by everyone, and there's so many people who do really creative classes, and it's really cool.
Yeah. And it seems like they work out for them as like another good stream of revenue, because it just opens up the possibilities of people.
Yeah.
Versus like your service of you needed to literally do someone's nails right in front of you. But now someone in like California can buy this.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
Yeah. And nowadays, like with social media and with the internet and everything, it's huge.
I feel like the hardest part about doing it, at least for us, is just finding the time.
Is doing it.
It's like actually just ripping off that Band-Aid and like, right?
Yes.
So much time.
And you start thinking of all those things that you've learned over the years and like the little, there's a lot.
It's such a mental game too. Like just that and social media in general.
For sure.
Cause I'd start to think, I'm like, are people actually going to buy this? Am I credible? Like, am I, but
one way to find out.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you just got to do it.
It doesn't hurt to try.
Exactly.
And how crazy when this like takes off to the point where it could just be your whole income potentially.
It's true. Yeah.
It's crazy how so many of these people who do those things like transition into just being the teacher, and it works, and
it works great.
Yeah.
Works out for him.
Mm.
People recommend it a lot. Like Basil and Bloom, when we talked to him the other day, he said that he launched his course.
Right, it seems like he's on his way to that.
And because he has a really good niche thing, you know, like sourdough. People love that on TikTok.
Yeah.
And he said he was able to pay off like everything he invested into it in like the first 24 hours.
It's insane.
Great.
Wow. Yeah. Awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that marketing though. So do you have like a whole marketing strategy of like how you're going to push out your course? And
just like social media, honestly. Yeah. I feel like I got lucky in the way of just, I got into social media super early on.
Yeah.
And I was super consistent with posting and grew like a decent following.
Because you have a good following, right?
Yeah.
20,000.
Or
more.
I'm at 103,000 right
no,
now.
You're
103? Crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
On Instagram?
Yes.
What the?
And on TikTok, I think I just hit 110.
That's insane.
Check you out.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's for like, so that means your nails are really good.
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I feel like it's a lot harder now.
So you should be able to sell these courses for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
If like 10% of those people.
Hey, and you have imposter syndrome when you have 103,000 people telling you, I like
your
your
nails
stuff.
are great.
Yeah. But
let it go to your head a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
no,
good.
that's awesome. That's really cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's not easy to do. There's a lot of people, especially in that. Like this, I'm sure it's not easy to stand out.
Yes, for sure. It's getting so saturated now, especially in Utah. Because I remember when I first started, like I could remember like the OG nail people I followed at the time.
Oh, sure.
And now I swear it's like that times 100. It's growing like crazy.
There is a lot of, I think it was kind of the COVID shift that we mentioned a little bit, where it was like a little less jumping into college and like alternative options.
Yes.
Were more
possible,
sure.
where it was like, great, do that.
Yeah.
And then
everybody decided.
All these older people are like, wait, we can do that too.
Yeah, they're like, what about us?
Try.
Yeah. No, it's been great. But yeah.
So I'm kind of on that. Like, what kind of stuff have you done with social media to stand out? Or what's your strategy?
What's your secret sauce, I guess?
So when I first started, I was posting every single nail set I did, whether I thought it looked good or not. Just consistently posting
like every day.
Every day. And then as social media's kind of evolved, I feel like you said, you kind of have to make yourself stand out. And so I've kind of tried to implement more like behind the scenes content, kind of mixing in more of like my personal life. Because people like to see, especially if you're taking clients and they're wanting to schedule with you, they're wanting to be able to see who they're going to and want to like connect with you and kind of
you're a part of the service.
Yeah.
Like as a nail tech. Yeah.
See, I've kind of tried to just more implement like behind the scenes, like I post a lot of like, come to work with me. This is my first client. This is what her nails look like before. This is kind of what the process looks like. And then this is what she leaves with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of just try and switch up my content.
Do you have a schedule for that?
No.
Yeah, because it can be hard to
I should
remember these things.
I really should.
Yeah.
Even like I make a calendar and then I like forget it for 2 weeks. Like
I know I've heard of like content calendars. Like that should be something I look into. Because that's like one of the things with the job that's I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Social media is hard. It's like not easy.
That's one of the things that I follow on social media is I follow a couple of like content calendar strategist type people. And I actually bought one of her like Christmas promo.
Yeah, that's helpful.
And it was like a generic one for like people to kind of fill in their niches. So like obviously it's different depending on what your service is, but it had really solid ideas and like kind of tips of things to do.
Yeah.
But that would be really good for you in your subscription to make like a specific like nail tech content calendar.
That would be so smart actually.
Yeah.
Right. Do like a monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so beneficial.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Especially too, like for me, like after I work like a 10-hour day, I'm like, the last thing I want to do is go through my camera roll and sit and edit these 10-minute long videos that I took all day. Like I don't know. I've had to kind of like find that balance of like, okay, I need to obviously go to work, but I also need to like stay up with my social media, but I also need to prioritize like my personal life. And so that's been kind of something I've had to learn is just finding a healthy balance
Mhm.
of the two.
Yeah.
So a content calendar, I'm sure, would be
That might help.
so useful. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Have you
it's a
been
lot to
doing
keep up
something?
with.
Have you found like a trick to try and find a happy medium for all of these things?
I wish. Honestly, no. I mean,
Same. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Same.
like,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
really know.
We go through waves.
Yeah. I wish I had this like life-changing solution, but yeah, I just kind of do. I just find the time, make the time,
Mm-hmm.
and just the more I do it, the faster I get at it, and I can kind of pinpoint like, okay, for this video, I need this many clips.
Totally.
I only need to be filming this.
You
This
get a
is how long it
formula.
takes me to edit. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is when I should post this. So yeah, just with time and practice, I've kind of just figured it out, I guess.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then sometimes it gets hard with that point because then I'm like, great, I have it exactly how I want.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I could use some help.
Yeah.
At least
But then I
you've had
can't let anyone else do it because I'm like,
Yes.
I know how
You're
to
like,
do it exactly
yes.
how I want it.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you've been an editor since you were 10 years old.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Literally,
I'm
though.
experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Have you-
really cool to have the
Uh-huh.
the technology experience. I'm jealous. I'm like, Instagram came out when I was like a sophomore in high school.
Yeah. Well, even it's
Don't
still
age
updating.
us.
It's still
Stop.
updating and like there's
always
all of these-
changing. It's
I get a new
constantly
update every day.
changing.
It's like
Yeah.
new feature. I'm like, I don't want to learn this.
Mhm.
I'm already familiar with
And then thinking that like Reels, that
Uh-huh.
only started a couple years ago.
Yeah, and reels are
And that's taking over
huge.
our lives.
Reels are huge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like to grow on social media nowadays, you have to be posting reels because that's how you're reaching a larger audience, the people that don't follow
Versus
you.
photos.
Versus photos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not enough.
Yeah. You have to be posting both.
Hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like that's kind of how I grew my following was from reels. I think I had a video I posted December of 2023. It was me doing my little sister's nails. It was just like the process.
Mm-hmm.
And it got, I think, 10.9 million views.
Oh my goodness.
On
On Instagram?
Damn.
And I grew, I think, 25,000 followers
Just
in the
right
span
there.
of 2 weeks.
Literally.
I would sit and refresh and just watch my following count go up. I'm like, this is insane.
Right. You have to silence your notifications because
Yes.
it's just not.
For just a 2-minute video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And it was
So-
a solid 2-minute video.
Yeah.
Like that's different because normally it's like a short, quick video. So you did something special that like.
Yeah.
Did people watch all the 2 minutes? Like, can you on your stats?
I think so. Most of them.
So what's like your watch time in like years? Because we had one go viral, but it was shorter. So if yours has that many, it's
Yeah.
2 minutes. I bet your watch time is
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Ours is like
Well,
14 years of
really?
watch time.
Oh my
Yeah, 'cause it's like
gosh.
43 million.
You should
That's
check
crazy.
yours.
I've
I
never looked at it.
Yeah, you should look at your insights on it and
do
see
you just
your
look
stats.
Pull
by
it
the
up.
video?
Do you have
Should I
your
pull it
phone?
up?
Yeah,
Yes.
so you just hit.
It's got to be high if people are
Mhm.
watching close to 2 minutes and you have that many.
Yeah.
Do I just go to that video
I
specifically?
think,
go to
yeah,
your
and then view
video.
insights.
Yeah, it's at 10.7 right now.
And you did that in December?
Me not even knowing how to work Instagram. Insights.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, insights. Does it give you any?
Watch time 7 years,
Nice.
7 years.
251 days, 7 hours, 32 minutes. and
Isn't that
58
crazy that
seconds.
people have watched that for
is
7,
crazy.
almost
Right?
8 years
Wow.
of time? People have
Learning
watched your
something
video.
new every day. I didn't even know I could look at that. I know. Do you
Do like pop-ups or anything when you travel?
Sometimes every time I'm here, I'll bring my nail stuff to do my mom and sisters, obviously. And then
Sure.
It's just hard if I bring my stuff to do one person's, then it's like a domino effect, you know?
100%.
And I wish that I could fit everyone in, but
Are weddings a thing? Do you do like group nails for weddings? Is that
no.
Or do people not do that?
I've done it I feel like I've had times where I've done it for like, this was like back in high school though.
Mhm.
So I don't know if
maybe
it really
everyone would
counts.
get it done themselves? Is that how it
Yeah,
would probably be?
usually, typically. That'd be smart though,
Yeah.
honestly.
It depends on the group. Sometimes people are just like
I was just
lazy
thinking,
or cheap.
there's
Uh-huh.
like that, I mean, I'm sure the odds are so small. There's that Snake River Meadow. They had like a place where they do weddings out
Mhm.
far and pretty much everything is catered, like even like
Yeah.
down to like someone doing their nails. So.
Yeah.
Be like, show up, come do some
Yeah.
nails.
Or there'd be like 40 people who do nails.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, everyone,
Yeah.
40 client
Like, I'm
nail
gonna
day.
be here
Let's
all
do it.
day.
Yeah.
so what's the most you've done in a day? I've never gotten my nails
I-
actually done, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've gotten a manicure once,
I-
but they didn't really do anything fun on it.
Yeah.
He didn't
Just
do
trimming up the
design.
Pretty
cuticles.
boring nails.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the most I've done in a day is 13.
Holy
Oh my goodness.
But that was like, by the
That's-
end of that day, I'm like, I
Is
hate
that like-
nails.
Literally,
I'm
though.
quitting my job. I'm exhausted.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I think I was going on a trip, which that's,
Saving some money,
yeah.
squeezing all the
Oh,
appointments
and
in
you were
before
trying to
leave.
get people
Yeah.
in. I see.
I know. I get people tell me all the time. They're like, that is so awesome that you get to make your own schedule, which I can't complain. It's the best thing ever.
I
but
love
I'm
working
like,
at midnight. This
I'm
is
like,
so fun.
it's a blessing and a curse because every time I go on a trip, I'm working like crazy hours just to make sure, because nails are so different. It's like hair. You're having your clients come in on a consistent basis, but it's like 3 to 4 months. And it's like, if you need to push out your client a week or two, it's not going to be the end of the world. But with nails, it's like the second you go over that like 3 or 4 week mark, it's like, oh, my nails are driving me crazy. I need to get in ASAP. Yeah. So it's more of a
And you don't want to lose
pressure.
clients if they're
Exactly.
like, I'll just go to someone else now.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's
The pressure of owning your own business and all that.
Making your own schedule for sure. But yeah, I would never do a 13 client day.
Worth it though, versus being like locked into a 9 to 5 every day.
Yes.
With someone else telling you what to do.
That's why I'm like, I can't complain.
Yeah.
But there are parts.
As long as it's not like 13 appointment days, like back to back.
Yeah.
Like you can throw those in every now and then maybe, but.
A little marathon here or there. Doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, I'm like, I will never do that again. But I guess if I have to, I know I can. Yeah. And it's an option. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have to have those like crazy days to really show you what you can handle.
Yeah, for sure. And now I'm like, 6 or 7 a day? Piece of cake. Nothing.
Yeah, no problem.
Like I'm sure your first cold stone rush was like a nightmare. But I'm sure by the end you were like.
By the end I'm like, I'm a pro.
Double scooping with long nails.
That's the one you have to mix up the stuff, right? Cold stone, you mix up the toppings together.
Yeah, that's right.
So you had to work out a little bit doing that.
Yep. It's true.
Okay, so where can people look you up to? Actually, another question before that. Do you have advice for someone who is wanting to pursue their passions?
There's so much advice I could give someone. I'd say it's so easy with nowadays, just with the beauty industry growing and becoming such a big thing, to like compare yourself. So just don't compare yourself. Like everyone has their niche. There could be someone that's so good at one thing and you could be super good at something they're not good at. So just don't compare yourself and just give yourself grace and just be patient, because things will come with time and everyone's journey and experience is so different. So that's probably the biggest piece of advice. Might be cliche, but
it's important though.
Yeah.
Do you have friends around your age that do businesses of their own?
Trying to think. I have friends. A lot of my friends are like in esthetician school or have graduated esthetician school. So they're kind of
on that kind of journey.
They're working towards that. I have so many nail tech friends, which is so much fun. They're great to be able to like talk to and relate to and hang out with. So I feel like a good mix. So then I have a lot of friends who are in college or working towards something different. So it's fun to have like a good mix.
Yeah.
We're all
you're
just
still
doing our own
young.
thing. Yeah. Exactly.
Everyone's in college. Everyone's still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you're doing this all so early, because it's just like in 5 years from now where you'll be.
Yeah.
Seriously. And you're starting a course now. Like literally, where will you be?
Yeah.
Crazy. That's exciting.
Probably on a beach somewhere, just selling courses.
Just selling courses. Yeah.
That's the
hopefully. That's
the goal. Okay, so where can people find you?
Okay, so my Instagram, it's Polished by Pais, and then TikTok, Paisley Provost, 2 T's.
Okay.
TikTok. Okay.
TikTok. Yeah. Instagram
Great.
or TikTok.
Well, thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
It was so fun.
That was awesome to listen to. Very inspiring.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Everyone
you so
go
much.
start courses of your own now.
Yes. Do it.
Right?
Come to us to have you film it.
Yes.
Yeah, that too. That too. Okay,
Yes.
if you made it this far, like, subscribe, follow. I think that's it.
All the things, yeah.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, bye.